How's everyone doing? Let me just check the audio here. How's everyone? It sounds good. Just a random early morning stream here, not doing anything special, just getting some dailies done, and figured I'd turn the game on and just talk to y'all while I'm getting the dailies done here. So I don't know how many are going to show up given the time of the day here. It's good. There we go. So I need to go fill some fleet projects. Axel, how's it going? Uh, MC Stu's KDF fleet has some upgrades that are now popping up, and I'm gonna go work on those here. I've got my endeavors to do also. The endeavors will be easy to get done, but I want to get this set of fleet stuff out of the way here, so I'm gonna work on that first. Campai Webs, how you doing? Webs, trying to. How's the infiltrator grind going? You got more infiltrators to undercut me with? Uh, I don't really sell the infiltrators I do have. I pretty much just hoard them like I do everything else. I get them and then I toss them in the bank and forget about them. Tis an issue I have. Ardium, how you doing? Albert, how you doing? Yep. I I didn't get any videos or anything done last night. I ended up doing some stuff with McStud, Triz, Nick, and we ended up going through and just playing a bunch of queues. I I was trying out the Valkyrie fighters on my Merrick Worker D7. Had some good runs with that. Had some good results honestly with the Valkyrie fighters using just SAD and the Wing Commander trait. I ended up dropping independent wingmate because it wasn't working most of the time for me on the 2 bay carriers with those frigate pets or the fighter squadrons. I mean, Mystic, how you doing? So I need to go through and buy a lot of duty officers. A lot. We've got 2 upgrades over on McStud's fleet that need to get filled. I can do a little bit of the dilithium towards them, but my dilithium's a bit tight right now because I gave away a lot of dilithium during the fleet week stuff, and I'm trying to help out multiple fleets at the same time, and it's a bit rough. I've burned through like 90% of my dilithium mining claims in the past couple of months here. So I don't have as much dilithium to move around nowadays. So I was talking to Stu last night, and I don't know what all his plans are, but we're looking at some ways to maybe help out his KDF fleet, maybe like some contest or something in the next month or two, because the KDF side has been struggling compared to the Fed side of his fleet. Okay. So I need to buy a ton of duty officers because we have 2 upgrades here that need hundreds of these damn things. So I'm going to line up the windows here and just buy a ton of these. This is what sucks about doing some fleet stuff is the DOFs. So there's an update that's out on console that lets you use higher rarity DOFs on the starbase. They're looking to expand that to allow that to happen on the other holdings, and also to bring that over to PC. And if that happens, that'll make DOFs much easier for fleets. but I also feel like it's going to result in people accidentally contributing like some really expensive duty officers to their fleets. Like I'm probably going to need about 1700 duty officers here. I should have Tiny Task up for this. This is going to be a lot of clicking, so I'll probably get that opened up after this. Tiny Task is a program that you can get on the internet for free, and you can use it to create like a macro. You can have it record your action and then have it repeat that action at various speeds, things like that. Yeah, I'm going to use it to open them. Like there's 1800 packs here. Cryptic gives me no way to easily open them up legitimately. So I'm going to pop Tiny Task open. Recording key is F8. We'll set the custom speed at 3x. Terrible webs. Set the repeat count to 50. And I'm going to record in the bottom right slot. That was a bad idea with that window going right there. Let's try that again. Record. That window's now in the way. I gotta... That should be every window out of the way. And now I can just have it repeat. There we go. Now it's spam and open the DOF packs. And that's much easier on the hands than, you know, doing that myself, so. Why is that? Oh, I gotta... Peak count. Let's set that to 10. Perfect. Okay. Did you get kick? Yeah, I did the kicks last night. If you look over at the Fed side of Stu's fleets, I went through and kicked probably about 100 people. Yeah, Tiny Task is really helpful for things like this. Just know some games, you know, will not be the biggest fans of things like that, but you know, when it comes to stuff like this, if they don't give you an easy way to do it, then I don't know what to tell them. Like, there should be an easier way to contribute DOFs, and there is on console, but they have not introduced that over on PC yet. So if they don't want me to do things like this, then moving that system over from console to PC that allows us to contribute higher quality DOFs to fleet projects is one good route to resolve that issue. Yeah, this is probably going a bit too fast, and it's probably like actually going to like set off something on their side. So let's change the speed of that down to 2. Contributing DOFs to projects, we got some upgrades going on MC Stu's KDF fleet, so just trying to get them done here. But it's a bit, if you've ever went through and, you know, filled some of these upgrades, you know how much of a pain they can be. Like, these are tier 3 upgrades that need 910 duty officers. It is a bit of a grind, to put it lightly. And I've got these other like civilian DOS that keep popping up. Let me start up like a civilian project here, just so I can dump these civilians into it. There we go. Okay. So I don't know why they did it on console first, Turtle. I really don't know. Yeah, honestly, Turtle, I do sort of regret doing the Fleet Deal stuff with the Fleet Week giveaways that I was doing, because I had a lot of people reach out to me, and and even fleets in the Armada, and it's like I don't have as many of these as I used to have. You know, I opened a lot of lock boxes last year. I opened like thousands, tens of thousands last year, completely free to play because I had all those DPRM and SAD boxes. And I've burned through the dill mine claims that I got from those because I've built up, I've helped building up many fleets. The colony world isn't cheap. And I think some people still perceive that I still open lockboxes at the rate that I did a year ago. And it just isn't. I wish, there was a point last year where I had like 10 ship boxes on me, for example, and it's not like that anymore. I don't have stacks of DPRM console packs anymore. I don't have sad boxes laying around. Um, I don't have the level of resources that I had a year ago. I've built up an entire DPS character in the past 18 months, and that's not cheap. My casual SAB character didn't exist until early last year, and that character, like, I may have gotten a ton of resources out of all the stuff I sold last year, but a lot of it went to building up that character, uh, upgrading my Fed Psi. Like, there's been lots of things that I've went through and bought over the past year that have drained most of the resources that I had. Console's player base is smaller, yeah. I do think the reason they probably put that over on console is just out of a concern of if they screwed something up, then the impact wouldn't be as bad. Because there's definitely less people on console, and with their UI, it's not as easy for people to tell if something goes wrong. Do I think they would ever cross-platform with PC? I think that they should, but I don't think that they will. I do not believe that console has, like, if you combined both consoles together, I do not think their active player base would beat out the PC player base. These projects suck. I remember doing this a ton in the past. Filling the DOFs on these things is never fun. I did slow the tiny task down. You don't want it to go too fast because that can get caught and you can get in trouble for spamming things really fast, but if you have it like just go at the normal speed a player would go, I don't see why it's an issue. Console got 2 bridge officer upgrades because they had issues with their servers, and like apparently the game was crashing quite a bit. So they legitimately had issues that were limiting their ability to play the game for a couple weeks. So that's why they got the giveaways they got. But yeah, I do think it would be very beneficial to the entire STO player base if they did have a way to bring the platforms together. But I just do not believe that that is feasible currently. I think we're going to see that. I think over the next couple weeks, we're probably going to see that more people have been pulled off of the STO team. You know, they've been clearing out the STO office. Thomas posted that like they were shifting the office space around over at Cryptic, and um, you know, the rest of the team is going to go and work remotely. So Cryptic's got some internal changes going on. They're starting up a big brand new project. I don't think Stowe's going to get a lot of attention for any big projects anytime soon because they're taking a big financial risk on a new project, and they're going to want to keep the stable income that they're getting from Neverwinter, Stowe, and Champions Online. Yeah, webs. I maintain a large stockpile of the bonus pools to like just in my account bank so I can use them for things like this. I should still have bonus pools active. I'll check after this. STO really going into maintenance mode? I mean, I would say we're probably already in STO's maintenance mode, to be honest with you. Like, I don't think development is ever going to stop for STO. Like, all they have to do is just keep making more ships. Like, we're already seeing that, you know? I think we're in Stowe's version of maintenance mode. We're just getting a constant feed of new ships. We're not getting any new systems. Live again? Yeah. Flying Dutchman, how you doing, man? I actually my sleep schedule is inverted yet again. So I'm on like a nighttime schedule right now, and I actually woke up not long before my my stream yesterday, and it is now the end of the day for me. I don't know why, but I always gravitate towards these types of schedules, and it's terrible. It is absolutely terrible. But I've always been more of a night person. Yeah, sleep schedule. Yeah. Yeah. On the third round of home for the morphogenic set. Oof. I'm sorry. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's been that long since the other stream. But you know, I honestly I probably should have just kept going last night, but I ended up doing quite a bit with Stu, Triz, and Nick. We went through and did a bunch of queues last night. That's all the DOS filled on that upgrade. Now I've got a bunch of random DOS that I need to get rid of here. Let's see. Any projects here that need duty officers? Time to look in the Armada. And I do have fleet credit bonus pools active. Not a ton of them, but I do have some active. Tried. Yeah, PC. It can be a bit to get used to, especially playing on a TV. Looking for a good carrier ship. Um, I think the Norway. Like, if you're fine with one hangar bay, the Norway is a really solid ship. Like, I would say the Norway. It's just a single hangar bay, but it's probably one of the better sea store ships we've gotten in the past couple of years. It's a really solid ship. Okay, what do I need now for this Spire upgrade? I need some science DOS, and I'm just gonna buy him so I don't have to deal with the other crap again. I need 97. Yeah. But if you're looking for a full carrier, one of the flight deck carriers would be my recommendation. The Cardassian Intel flight deck carrier, that's a solid ship. If you're looking to get something with like your event campaign, then maybe consider like the disco, one of the disco flight deck carriers, like especially the D7. The D7's the better one there out of the two. In fact, I posted a build last night over on the builds Discord. Let me pull it up. If you're not already on the builds Discord, it is linked in the description down below. So I posted a build over in the energy weapons area, under the cannon section for a D7 Miracle Worker flight deck carrier build. And this, if you have an event campaign box to use and you don't already have the D7 Miracle Worker, it's a really solid ship. The trade on it is amazing. The ship itself is good. Osiris, how you doing? Save more money by don't playing Stowe? Terrible. But you're not wrong, but terrible. So I did a really good set of runs with the with that disco D7 last night. And what I enjoyed the most out of that run, it was like a 1.4 mil run here. CSV was supported, of course, with a coordinated team. But the pets, my Valkyrie fighters, the two bays of them did 149k. And the only boost I had on there for them was the drone swarm console, which gives a 30% damage boost to pets. I had Wing Commander, which probably could be dropped, to be honest with you. And I had Sad. Sad was the big one, of course. But those Valkyrie fighters are really immersive. I put videos on the build, like on the build post, which I'll link it in. If you're in the builds Discord, it's that post in the Canon DPS area. I posted some run VODs with it too, like an infected run and then a Corfez. But the infected run was a bit rough because I really need to fix my keybinds for energy weapons. Where is it? The issue I was having with this is, like, I have my fire energy weapons, my like fire cannons and beams on my what is my spam bar. And what that means is you'll see my weapons, like the firing on them. It's just absolutely awful. Chell's probably having a heart attack watching this. Like, you see my weapons, how they keep flashing? That's what happens when you have fire all weapons on your spam bar, or fire energy weapons in this case. So that's probably going to be a video I do here in the near future, is how your keybinds are potentially hurting you if you have fire all weapons on your spam bar that you are constantly spamming, because that be hurting things for you. But this is a good run, and the run VOD is listed there if you want to watch it in full detail. I'll let it play out, being I've already got it so far through here. But it was a pretty fun run. It was, for the most part, good. There was a few loose things on the right side that caused the deeps to drop a little bit. When the tac cube died, I think it was at like 1464, and that's without having a torpedo on. So I'm not doing like the enhanced biomolecular plus subspatial terror spam with this build. This is all just CSV. I'll catch up on chat here in a sec as soon as this finishes playing. But it was a good run. It could have been better. Like, I could have piloted a few things better there. But those Valkyrie fighters look good. It's also a bit to get used to for me, flying around without the engine trails, because I've been playing with that mod on, that I talked about last week. So it was a good run. The Valkyrie fighters look really good. It's hard to tell the quality of the stream here, but they're very immersive. Spencer doing 1 mil ISA and a mail on when? I don't know. Probably not anytime soon. I'll leave that one to MB. What do I do with the refugees from the fleet DOF boxes? So in this case, I was putting them in the Starbase special project I started up here for civilian DOFs. You can use them there. Otherwise, just discard them. Okay. I need the lithium. I do not have a ton of the lithium left. So before anyone comes and starts asking me for fleet dilithium, I don't really have a ton left, and I'm using a large chunk of what I do have left right now. So let me grab like 400. That should hopefully be enough here. And I need some fleet mark bonus pools because I'm running low on this character, so let's put 15 here. What is this? Another stream? Yes, Ed, I know. It's really so I know the stream yesterday was at like 5 p.m., but that was my morning stream, and this is my evening stream before I actually go to bed. Gotta love the inverted sleep schedule. Yeah. Osiris, exactly. Or just having a different keybind that you use early on.
Need something? I can clear you.
EU stream? Yeah. Yeah. Just cash in some money for Dill, easy. I mean, you could do that. You know, you really could, but I would prefer to use in-game assets wherever possible for things like this. At the end of the day, you know, I'm just doing this to help out. I don't want to commit, real world assets to building somebody else's fleet. Especially when I've already went through and, I've built out 2+ fleets, over the years, so I don't really want to invest more resources. I do need to either I need to stay up a few more hours today, or I gotta wake up early because I do need to be up at a time where I can go ahead and vote, this week. Because what is that? That's the 8th, right? Yeah, so Tuesday is the day we vote here in the States, so thankfully the place is only like why can't I leave the map? Why is this? I mean, I know I could just transwarp out, but why can't I hit the button to leave? But yeah, I want to be up, at a time to go out and vote. Thankfully, the place to vote here, where I moved to last year, it's 3 minutes away. It's a church 3 minutes away, so very, very easy to at least go and vote. Yeah, pretty much. Now is the fun process of getting these Dill mine claims converted over to fleet lithium vouchers. This is the majority of the ones that I have left, so any of you that were hoping that I still had fleet lithium to donate to your fleet, I apologize. Alan, how's it going, man? There's that. That should be enough for these projects. There's one. And there's two. I've already had a full pot of coffee. Albert, I've got videos on this. Don't tell me you didn't know. I did a video 8 months ago. Yeah, basically every one of the dill mine claims you have, you can convert over to either fleet or reputation to lithium vouchers. The conversion rate is fixed. It does not increase during the lithium events, so it's one claim will be able to be converted over 2500 over to 2500 vouchers. So you have 150. That's what is that? Like 375k worth of lithium or rep vouchers that you can go and get. I have a video here detailing how to do it. But it literally you just go to the asteroid, you walk up to this Ferengi, and he's got a claim exchange window. Garth, how's it going? Billy, I have not. I have not slept. I just always go back to a night schedule. So there is that dilithium burned up. Those projects are filled. I can't really afford to do too many more of those, so if anyone has a lot of dilithium mining claims, McStud's KDF fleet could very much use assistance in the near future when it does these other upgrades. Rep vouchers are one of the biggest jokes they added. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, my throat's a bit dry also. Yeah, videos like for me, I think I've fallen down a trap with one of the main approach I use to make videos now. I used to edit my videos a ton. Like I used to edit most of the videos. Well, I used to edit all the videos I made. But now with all the news stuff and some of the PowerPoint approaches I do, I just record it all in one take. So I'll start the recording up in OBS. And I'll just start it up in OBS. I'll hit the record button and I'll just do it all in one take. That's why there's some sloppiness with my talking sometimes in some of the videos, and like that's good. It's easier on my part, but the quality isn't always the same. Picard, how's it going? I do need to get back in the habit of editing videos though, because I've been sort of spoiled. Doing the news videos has also been a bit spoiling. Like when it comes to like making money on YouTube, you know, you can spend like if I look back, I spent 10, 15 hours doing the Torp build guide. 2 to 3 of the news videos I do equals that out revenue wise. So it's been a bit of a trap of continuing to want to do content like that because the return for your time is better. Yeah. Yeah, Augie stepping away. Definitely hits the content creation side of the community a bit, but I imagine, you know, people will step up to do build videos. Editing is the noob trap of YouTube. Yeah, well, editing can be quite a bit of work, especially if you're doing any special effects or anything like that. That's why any of the big YouTube channels, you know, have a dedicated editor, and I there's no Stowe person that makes enough to have like a dedicated editor. Yeah. Editing is definitely a higher quality, and I have done that for some of the videos that I've done in the past. Well, a lot of the videos in the past, but definitely over the past couple months, just doing the live recordings with OBS has just been easier. Yeah, exactly, 99 Chiops. And that's definitely been a trap. Like, so the O game stuff, like the O game content that I was doing, Webs, I see you spinning there. I see you in the onesie. Nick would be proud. Um, but like my O game stuff, I was curious how O game would do because there's not any content out there for it for the most part. And I started to work on guides for it. And like the one video, it's got 4,000 views or whatever, so it's doing fine views wise, but different games have different like revenue returns, and the ad rates on the O game stuff is not even comparable to what Stowe does. So it's a bit rough to put time into like the O game stuff too when you definitely you see exactly that 99 Chiops like the Excel spreadsheet one that I did for O game, the like the Life Farms Guide Part 2. I think the revenue on that is at like $1. Still looking forward to the universe class video. Yeah, I think I might have to do that on Tribble to be honest. I think one of the biggest limitations that I've had for $1 one key. Thank you, Osiris. Um, I think one of the biggest limitations I've had getting that EntJ build done is the fact that the EntJ that I do have is on a character that does not have any modern gear. And I think I'm gonna just go and pull one over on Tribble, do the build over there for it, and just go with that. Now I'm gonna tell you the build is probably going to be CSV. And I know CSV on the EntJ is gonna be funny, but the request was for the highest DPS potential build on an Enterprise J. Beam Overload isn't high DPS. Torpedoes would be high DPS, but the layout of the Enterprise J is not really great for torpedoes. The EPG build is just too complicated, Chell. Too complicated for me. I just spam spacebar. I don't do these complicated builds, man. EPG scares me. So I'll probably copy that build over to, or copy that ship over to a character that has gear on Tribble and do the build there. So it'll probably be just CSV with a carrier focus, which is easy because SAD. And that's sort of what I was testing with the D7 Miracle Worker last night. So I think the build will perform well. Some people won't be happy about a 4-4 being CSV, but it can slot dual heavy cannons. Even as a 4-4, it'll be capable. Yeah, EPG builds are really fun, right, Chell? Darth Dragonborn, let's hope Cryptic decides to put more time into Stone, get more devs. I don't think they are. I I think that they are now focused on this new project, and I don't think we're gonna see any big risk taken with Stowe, Neverwinter, or any of the existing uh, products that they have because they want to have financial stability while they, start to develop this new project. Terrible webs. Let's see how much I fail. How bad will I be in this this here? Boolean red alert. Poor Fa, yeah. I mean, if Fire at Will had a 15-second global, I'd be more willing to um like utilize it more, but that the 20-second global cooldown's a bit rough. Yeah, EPG is only hard if you can't bring yourself to roll your face across the keyboard. Yeah, exactly. EPG is a matter of, is your tray set up properly? I have many different builds set up. Like if it's something meta, I probably have it set up somewhere. It's just that I don't always like to use certain things. Does anything want to activate today? Oh my. Great server performance. That was rough. Brutal. Like, nothing wanted to activate. Renato, how you doing? Yeah, that was terrible, though. Like, this just nothing would activate. Okay, so that was a terrible example of me in an EPG build. Let's forget that ever happened. That was rough. Where are they at now? Oh, there it is. Yeah, that was rough. We'll have to see, Chell. Aileron runs are hard. The aileron runs are... Well, you know how hard they are. Getting everything up in front of the aileron person, it's a difficult task. Yeah, that was some bad lag right there. Down for support training? Yeah, I think... I mean, ideally at some point I was hoping to get like something going in like the DPS Discord for people who wanted to do, you know, the higher end runs, but the issue is that, I mean, some people do want to get into it and learn the supporting and tanking roles, but then there's also always people that just want to come in and get boosted. But that is something I'd still like to do at some point. Labs, are you on KDF or Fed? That you want that slotted? Yeah, I'd like to utilize the Deeps Discord for training, you know, like supports and stuff like that, but you just have to worry about abuse on it. Like, there's definitely some people out there that have a bit of an ego and they just want to get boosted, and when they can't get boosted, they complain on Twitter. It's not a reference to anybody. You want coordinate colonization efforts? There you go, Webs. 2 of them are queued up. Alan got that reference. Alan knows what I'm talking about. If you want to try elite content, you know, the DPS channels do still do some stuff, but I'll be the first to admit the DPS channels are not as active as they used to be. Like I just went through, I did the latest batch of invites just a half hour or so before I did this stream, and I hadn't done them in 2 months, which is terrible on my part. Honestly, that I kept forgetting about them. But the higher channels had a total of like 15 people that qualified over the last 2 months or something like that. It was rough. The high end scene is not in the best of states. So, or no, it was Prime that had 15 and Elites that had like 60 or 70 for the last 2 months. Just not as many people doing that type of content anymore. So there you go, Webs. It's slotted. Have at it. How does one get rank 4 diplomatic? You spam the shit out of duty officer missions. That's how you get rank 4 diplomatic. The Singularity Core. Um, so on a lot of my Romulan characters, if you want like a basic fleet one to get, well, if you have the Revolutionary set, that Warp Core would work for right now. But if you want something better, then let me see what I have on SOB right now. I need to swap to a ship with the Singularity Core. Let's go. Let's see. Let's swap over to my Delkina. I'm using one of them from the Fleet Spire. It's like a Thoron infused, I think. And I think you can get like a crafted Thoron that does pretty good too, but I'm using this Elite Fleet Thoron infused Singularity Core. It's got buffs on or like passives on it for plus 66% power transfer rate, minus 10% weapon power cost, some resistance to subsystem power drain. I would grab one of them from the Fleet Spire if you can afford that, but if you want like a budget one, then the Revolutionary one should work. Like as a budget option. But Webs, I would recommend for diplomatic that you go around in sector space and you go to the department heads category under doffing and look under like first officer. Martin, how's it going? Just fly around to different zones in sector space and you should get some diplomatic missions popping up. Gonna go through here and check these other fleets that I'm in, see if they need any lithium. This one does not currently. Just complete all the story arcs today. Nice. I have not. I have I haven't played through most of the last couple arcs, to be honest with you. They're just not why I play the game. You know, I play the game to fly my spaceships around, and those just generally don't align. I don't know what time it is. It's gamble time. These are going to be very quick disappearing keys. And disappointment. That's what that set of 20 keys was just complete disappointment. It was over before anyone could say no. I'm sorry, Al. That's sorry you had to witness that bad luck. I didn't even buy a Powerball ticket, unfortunately. Did anybody win that? I haven't even looked, to be honest. No. Really? Well, there's still hope, is what I'm hearing. I need a 4090. That's what I need. I win that Powerball and get into 4090. Just to play Stowe. Martin. Martin, I was thinking on the topic of sales, not even ship bridge. I know, absolutely terrible. Yeah, Billy, yeah. Bad place, not even on ship bridge. I know. Usually I open on like my Suliban sell ship or something like that, but I don't follow my own advice most of the time. I have a phaser on. I think on the topic of sales, I think Cryptic did this bundle sale because they have something big coming with like Black Friday or something, like a new Muds bundle or something, and they're trying to drain our Zen. I think they're coming out with something here later this month. I don't know what. There's literally nothing on leaks. Um, it could be a new Muds bundle. That would be on that would be expected, would be a new Muds bundle. They've done it the past year or two now, where they introduced a no one have Black Friday or around Black Friday. But I think they're going to come out with something new, or they're going to return with a sale that they haven't done in a while. And they're just trying to drain our Zen now to make it so that whenever they come out with whatever it is, we have to put more money into the game. And I think it'll be interesting to see if we get something like T6 coupons with this Black Friday. If we get T6 coupons in the C store again, that tells me that like the Elite Bridge Roster tokens and the past season were not what they wanted them to be, and they want to get cash, via like a coupon sale. And if they are really desperate for cash, then doing a 75% off Mud sale at Black Friday or at Christmas would be a big sign that they're just trying to get some cash for the company. I don't know. I mean, that's possible. I don't know. Like there's nothing, that we're aware of yet. If they put out like a triple patch or something that has something new in it, someone will find it within, like a couple hours most likely. Steven, how you doing? What do I do with my leftover Lobby? I save it. you always, any extra lobby you have, you save it for the hopes of them doing another 50% sale or putting a promo ship in the muds or in the lobby store. But yeah, 75% sale would be huge. 8-bit Music Man, thank you for the sub. And yeah, for those wondering, I've said this before, but I did enable sub-only chats on most of these streams now because we were having an issue with the porn bots coming in and spamming stuff in the chat. So they never subscribed to the channel, so like just setting that requirement to being subbed for a minute resolved the issue with the porn bots coming in and spamming chat. I need to defeat a captain on ground. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. And if they do like a 75% sale, that would get people to put a lot of money into the game. Like a 75% mud sale again. Any idea what their new game is? No, not yet. I have no idea. Their careers and jobs postings are all just for a future project. STO and render scale 8. That would crash for me. I think I'm at like render scale 0.7 right now. Let's run some stuff here. We've got quite a few people in chat. Let's do some TFOs. Let me beam up to space and make sure my cooldowns are all good. Yeah, they have job postings up on their site for a future project, which is the one that Bordicus moved over to. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah. Yeah, they've got postings up, and from what Bordicus has already said, they already had an internal replacement for him when he moved off the Stowe team. So this, especially with how sudden the announcement was, like he announced it the day that he was leaving the team. This means that this is something that has likely already been planned out. They already had a replacement in line for him, so there's nobody, there's no job postings up on their site for his position. It is just an unnamed future project. We don't know what it is. We literally know nothing. Yeah. Stowe in Unreal 5 would be nice, but it'll never happen with the current company. They will never. STO will remain on its current engine until the server shut off. No. I highly doubt it's STO2. I think if there's an STO2, it would be from a different company. Because if they did STO2, then, and they did it internally at Cryptic, then development for STO would stop. And that's not what we're seeing. Okay. So I'm going to bring my D7 Merrick Worker flight deck carrier in. I've got 2 bays of these Valkyrie fighters on. They look really immersive. And to boost these, I am using the Swarmer Matrix console, which has a passive on it that gives you a buff to hangar pets and targetable torpedoes. I have superior area denial on because these pets do have pulse cannons on and are massively boosted by SAD. And I ended up taking Wing Commander off, so it's literally just SAD and the Swarmer Matrix that I have on. Yeah, 99 Cheops exactly. Bordicus did start off as a player at the very start of the game, but it's very clear that there's been a massive disconnect for the past couple years. He doesn't understand how we played the game. And it's no disrespect to him, you know. I think it's good for the game and for him. It's good for him to move on to something fresh where he can have a lot more opportunities, like with the systems decisions, versus Stowe, which, you know, it's a fairly fleshed out game. You know, there's not a ton of new systems that they're going to introduce, so he was fairly limited in what he could do creativity. I can't English right now. What he could do with Stowe was quite limited. With a new project, he has a lot of creative freedom. So it's good for him career wise to move on. And for us, it's good to have somebody new in charge of ship design. But like I said yesterday, it is highly unlikely we are going to see the impact of somebody new designing ships until mid to late next year. Borticus has spent the past couple of months building out a ton of ships, and I would say every ship we get for the next 6 months is still designed by him. And yeah, if they did STO2 at Cryptic, who would want to put the money in to buy everything over again? It just wouldn't financially make sense for Cryptic to do. And I don't know if they could move the engine over. Like I don't think they could with all the stuff they have. A lot of things would have to be built from the ground up, which I just don't think would happen. Okay, I am going to queue up for, let's see here. What's something that doesn't get run all the time? Infected Elite doesn't get run often. Nobody does that. Let's do a CCA. It doesn't pop with the random TFO system, so let's get that to go through. Crystalline Catastrophe Advanced. If you want to join, it's just the public queue. I don't want to do a competitive space TFO. That does not sound like much fun right now. Really does not sound like fun. It's the button. Turn display capture on. Go. There's the pop. Yeah. Another mobile game. Yeah, that'd be a bit rough. Howdy, Alan. How's it going, man? Oh, we have an EPG building here. Get away from this thing. It's going to blow up. How many people are going to get taken out with it? It's sort of funny how fast it goes down between the absorption phases. You see, they added that because back in the day, people were able to one-shot this thing with a science build in like 10 seconds. So they added in the absorption phases because people were getting AFK penalties because of how fast it was dying. It would die before most of the team could get in there and do stuff. There we go. Bud's on mobile? No. Yeah. Diablo Immortal. Okay. Next up, that was a really fast queue. EPG for the win, yes. Let's do a To Hell with Honor Elite. Public queue, To Hell with Honor Elite. Yeah, Destructible Torps Endeavor, yeah. I don't like the random button. The random button scares me. I don't think I've done more than like 1 or 2 randoms in the entire time the system's been out. What am I upgrading with the yeah, Bard? I upgraded it or updated it. I did it right at the end of the stream. What am I upgrading next with the event upgrade? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm debating too, like with the Black Friday stuff, if they don't do, like, I might only just buy Zen at Black Friday. I may not buy anything because for those of you that have been around for a while, if you remember, Cryptic has started to do flash sales around Christmas, like in the days surrounding Christmas and like New Year's. They'll do like flash sales that they'll cycle in and out. And, you know, I don't want to necessarily buy like a Muds bundle at Black Friday with the chance that they could do like a, you know, like a 75% off at Christmas. Look at these like Valkyrie fighters. Look how immersive they are. Can't even see them because they're so far in front of my ship, but okay, you see a pile of them up there. Did we not clear Alpha? Did Alpha not get cleared? I'm sitting too low. I can't hit these. Oh, they got me with my Proto Matter up. The Hell with Honor is probably the best modern TFO? Absolutely. I hit my PFP too late there. Okay, I'm gonna move on. While they do that part, I'm gonna work on Epsilon while they work on Gamma. And Gamma is almost there. Yeah, the Hell with Honor is a really fun TFO. I am on the wrong side. I gotta remember there's angles here, so you can't hit them from every angle. Time to go take out the Lucara. Chell, do you like my fire all weapons on spam bar here? Leander liked it. Oh, I'm dead. This build does not have much survivability. I'm gonna spawn him in over here. There it goes. Yeah, the Halloween event did not count for the early, correct. Coffee round 2. Yeah, I could go for another coffee, to be honest, right now, probably. Okay, move on to the next one. This is where I would like to be in a Torp build, to be honest. Just get that. Torp builds have good AoE and single target. Yeah, I don't blame you for buying it out. Side Torp for the win? Yes, very much. Yeah, I do wonder what the next event will be. If it's another Upiter or Radis, that's gonna be just annoying as hell. I'm taking a lot of heat here. Rob, this is a CSV build. I'll catch up on chat here in a minute. We're almost done with this. Oh, we failed. Rip. We were too slow to close out the thing, so we failed. Rip. Surgical strikes? I mean, surgical strikes, beam overload, like, same damn thing. You know, one just has the commander intel. You know how to do surgical strikes, Rob. They're all, like, terrible. Beam overload, ERL, surgical strikes, doesn't matter what they are, they'll... You know how they are when it comes to actual, like, deep performance. Reroute reserves to weapons. Yeah, I'd rather just alt F4. That's that's a that's a rough one. Reroute reserves. Oof. Oof. Haters, I know. I have a beam overload build on this character. So I'm saying that I don't like it, but at the same time, I've got a setup for it. Right? It's in my other D7. Linus, how you doing? Yeah, SS just makes a couple of little bad chips more viable, yeah. Yeah, so this is my beam overload set up on the D7 temporal. I mean, I use this on like side DPS for HSC, but I would never use it for ISC DPS. I've done like, well, I wouldn't take a team in there for it. For those not familiar with like the supported runs, one of the worst experiences you can have is boosting a single target build in a supported run. It sucks because there's so much cleanup to do. Yeah, surgical strikes is really good, especially as a budget option. How would I buff reroute reserves? So the initial way that they had reroute reserves over on Tribble when they were first testing it was that it could stack alongside other firing modes. Just literally do that, and it'd probably be fine. Martin, do you have some EC, man? There's been a Durgath on the exchange for like the last 5 days that's not moved. It's whoever posted it's probably gonna have it bounce. But I've got beam overload builds. It's just I don't enjoy them. To me, they're visually they look good. Okay, and in PvP, if you're somebody that does PvP, beam overload is the meta. But if you are interested in PvE DPS, it's a bit rough. I mean, even in Elite, CSV does well. Like, if you look at that build I posted on the Builds Discord, like, I've got even Core Fez footage in there, and it was slamming in even Core Fez. Like, in this Core Fez run, this was also, it was worse because we even had the bugged phase. See if I can pull it up here. But right now, due to the bugs with Corfez, I would not do Corfez without a highly coordinated team. There's a phase in here that is bugs and let me find it. This video, this Corfez is linked on the build post that I have up on the builds Discord. But okay, here we go. So this is the bugged phase of Corfez, the Teray, and it just spawns in all of the enemies at once. Like it spawns all of the enemies in one phase. So with an EPG build, Nick hit DLC way too early there, but with an EPG build, you can really clear them out. So we were able to complete the bugged Teray phase. But it was rough. And the entire video of this I will have linked in the chat here for any of you that want to check it out. But this was with me using the Disco D7 Miracle Worker flight deck carrier. And the build that I used on this would also apply directly over to the Donnie if you wanted to do that. But if you're looking to use like your event campaign to get one of the Miracle Worker flight deck carriers, the Disco D7 is the vastly superior option because the ship comes with a battle cloak, and the trait from it is one of the best traits in the game, the Ruin of Our Enemies. Yeah, if you have EPG, then clearing that phase is easy. Have I done my event daily yet? Yes, I have. But we beat that phase, and it was really interesting. Like Corfez could be brutal, but the CSV build was working well in there. And that build is posted in the Canon DPS builds on the builds Discord for anyone that wants to check it out. Yeah, so Ruin's definitely a good pick for the event campaign. But Universal Designs, on the Crossfield refit also understandably is a really good choice for a lot of people. Do I even PvP, bro? I used to do PvP, but I just the PvP community is like, how do I say this without insulting people? There's a lot of people with egos in PvP, and there's a lot of them that have developed egos because they spent many of the first years of the game just getting absolutely destroyed in PvP. But many of the better PvP players have moved on. So those bad PvP players are the best of what's currently available, and that's gone to their head. I don't enjoy PvP, and because just the state of the game, it's not balanced anymore. It hasn't been for a very long time. And the community surrounding it, I just think is garbage. I think that there's a lot of parts of the community that just aren't great, and PvP. I think there are some good PvP players, but I also think that there's a lot of people that have issues in the PvP scene. Toxic, Stowe Drama Channel, let's go. I mean, there are some good people in the PvP scene. Brett, is a good example. Brett or Anubis 77C, he's a really good person. He's actively sharing things, with people with regards to PvP to help them get better. He's got his own channel he does stuff on. So Brett's pretty good, but there's definitely some interesting characters in the PvP scene. And there's interesting characters in the DPS scene also. But I gotta be careful what I say there. Well, start something on Twitter, That is good people, yeah. A lot of things are fun with a team. Like pushing things far in PvE, like doing Deeps records, it's fun to push that. It's fun to see what you can accomplish with a team. And just having a coordinated group, can be very beneficial. Salty and spicy. Okay. You know, speaking of PvP, let's do a competitive TFO. Let's do a binary circuit elite. Binary circuit elite right here. I'm joining the public queue if you want in. It's binary circuit elite. It is the ground competitive TFO. This is the one where it's just a bit of a maze. It's really fun to do. So yeah, Rob, that'd be great, but it's just hard to get people on at the same time, and I think there's a big issue right now of people just being burnt out with the game. Timberwolf. You know, when it comes to Timberwolf, and this is an elitist thing that I did, and the reality is at the end of the day, I am at least somewhat elitist with the DPS stuff. With Timberwolf, with the highest channel in the DPS channels, DPS Prime, the saying that I used to say was that if Timberwolf was able to qualify for the number we had set for DPS Prime, it was a sign that there had been too much power creep in Stowe and that we needed to increase the requirement to get it in that channel. There was no respect for Timber within the DPS scene. He was viewed as a leech and as an idiot. Because like he was a leech. Like I still remember him and Teacher Kirby literally having people sit in Discord calls with those of us that were testing new things that came out, and they would go through and try to get a video out before us based on the testing that we had did. Yeah. Timber was weird on so many levels, yeah. Timber deleted his YouTube channel because he was exposed as being a child abuser. And there was some conversations where he was being a bit creepy to some female players in the game. Yeah. So if anyone wants to join the public queue, it is Binary Circuit Elite. It is the ground TFO for the competitive reputation. I don't know. When it comes to STO and content creators, there's been like I haven't really started to like grow my channel up until like the last year or so, but I've been around in the on the YouTube stuff for a while, and I was on a podcast way back in like 2015, 2016. You know, the show with Odin Knight, Timber, before a lot of the stuff came out about him, and before we realized what a POS he was. So I've seen a lot of the current and former creators. I've seen them, as they came into the game, seeing how they've developed, things like that. I did step away from the game too for a little bit, so I missed a little bit of it. But there were some people that just never changed from the initial times where I met them. Megla, don't. No. Terrible. She may. I still have that video. Yeah, I do. So I've got a video here. I'm not going to post it in chat, but this was back in 2017. Snipey and I had been testing things on the Deeps Discord, the DPS Discord, and one of Kirby's people was in there listening to us, and then like at the end of this video, you can hear him relaying things over to Kirby. he didn't realize that hadn't left the Discord call with sniping. It was really funny. But you could hear him relaying the stuff over to Kirby, and it was crazy times. Teacher Kirby was, did help people out with a lot of stuff. It's just that I stopped associating with her and Timber a while back because they would have people like that where they would sit in calls and steal our testing data to try and get a video out before us. One of the people I used to run with, Tankia, actually went through and posted a fake set of like testing data in a Discord chat one day, and she used that information, which was wrong, to go out and make a video. And that was like that was the moment that made it click for people who hadn't like figured it out at that point, that were familiar with Tankia. Tankia had intentionally posted the wrong info to show that she was copying stuff. Yeah, the Stowe drama. Priority One, I think they just got burnt out. Like, the reality is, Priority One, like, there's not really that much that changes with Stowe. Like, I think Stowe is past its peak, and Priority One was trying to branch out because the people involved with running it, I think, were just burnt out on the game. If anyone else wants to join, it's Binary Circuit Elite, the public queue. So it's under the competitive section. This has no direct PvP. This is literally just a race between the teams. We're doing it on Elite, if you want to join. Need people to start. Triz. Triz is a good person. Yeah, take breaks after the events. That's the best way to go. So I think with Priority One, I think they got burnt out. Counter YOLO, I think he got burnt out. Valk FX. Valk FX, to be honest with you, I'm sort of, and I know this is going to cause, like, or potentially cause some drama, but I'm seeing some like, similarities between well, Valakin was starting to get really demandful with the developers. Now, I'm just trying to figure out how much I want to say here. Valakin was trying to get the developers to do things and trying to use his influence as a content creator to force them to do things. And from what I understand, that didn't work out very well. He was very demanding. He wanted free stuff. Yeah. I missed some of that drama because I think that was around the time that I was starting to like maybe take a break from some things. Yeah, so he got very demanding to the devs, and like just it didn't work out for him like he was hoping it would. I don't know. There's a lot of content creator drama, but I don't really want to start up a ton of shit here. Terrible Megla. Megla's trolling. Terrible Megla. Yeah, I mean, Valakin was somebody that, like, he acted like he was a bit of a know-it-all, but didn't really know, that much about some things. because he had a fairly active live stream, like he was trying to use that influence to get things, and it just didn't go anywhere for him. Um, Counter YOLO, I think Counter YOLO's comparisons are quite good. I just think when it comes to some of his ideas on how tanking should be done in the game, that I disagree with him, and I think a lot of his influence, some of the players that he used to base some of his tanking ideas off of, are not exactly the most experienced players to be basing tanking data off of. I think that is the most diplomatic way for me to say that. I don't know. I do want to talk about some tanking stuff in the future, but Counter YOLO is basing some of his tanking stuff off of like Timberwolf and some of Timberwolf's crew, so not exactly the most end game experienced. I do think he did start to base some of his stuff off of like some Stowe builds post, like by JE and stuff, which is good because JE knows what he's doing. But some of the other people he was basing things off of, I think, were questionable. There's a ban. Goodbye. On manual fire, no, you make sure that you don't have the green outline on your weapons. I didn't even get a follow notification for that one. That queue did pop. We're just waiting on it to go. I don't know, it's MMOs. It's always drama in the end, right? Yeah. Yeah, everyone's got a problem with someone. Just human nature. You missed the queue, Rob? Well, you probably have a chance because it's not quite going yet. So if you want to get in here, you can probably still join it. Days of our MMO lives. Oh, repopped. Yeah, hoodwink. That would be the idea. Um, I know I have a lot of videos to get caught up on. Um, and it's just a matter of me sitting down and getting, spending the time to get them done. Like, you know, some days I just don't feel like working on a video. Do I remember the deal run missions for the Foundry? Yeah, and a lot of people got away with that. That was before my time, though. But I do remember some of the later Foundry exploits, like the Orion Slavers and the KDF Foundry. If you want to talk about QA incompetence or their testing practices, just look no further than the KDF Foundry. The reason they didn't find out about the Orion Slavers until yours truly said too much to a certain former systems developer, um, they just never tested anything on the KDF side. How dare I not work on videos 24/7? I know. I have videos I want to get done, and that, like, I don't always like putting out a schedule of things because sometimes stuff happens, and sometimes I'll have days where I just don't want to record. Now with Bordicus gone, I wonder who's going to take over like economic management, or if they're just not going to care anymore. Because the EC stuff, people are still botting that, as far as I know. The lithium stuff.
Training simulation initiated.
So with this stuff, we need to like spam down a thing at each area Tazzy, you got this one? Okay. Take a picture. Like it's too slow there. Okay. I was gonna try and take a picture, but then someone got here. Okay.
The red team beat the first challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta have fun doing it too. And as for why I haven't done like build videos and stuff, like I know I've got to do this NJ build. Like it's, you know, it's in there at the back of my mind. Every time I start the game up, it's like, yeah, I need to get this project done. Um, it'll happen. It's just sometimes just need to wait for when you're in the mood to like start a project like that. Okay. The cat just came in clutch there. Literally just ran past all of it. That was like, that cat from the Halloween event has like actually been useful. That was actually amazing how useful that was just right there.
The red team beat the second challenge.
Does Triz have a J build? Yeah, he's got a J build. Yeah, the cat's honestly like a really handy device. How much was that hit that just happened?
Training program
What
complete.
was that hit?
Results to
Good job, guys. Yeah, the Triz absolutely hates the J. What the? Your Bowel Obelisk attack does 47.7k damage to the assimilated Riemann. Man, the Bowel Obelisk is legitimately like one of the most overpowered kit modules in the game. Ball Obelisk and Ball Lightning are like two must-haves for like any build. Yeah, Triz loves the J. I know, Chell. You're disappointed that I don't have a Valkus set up, and now it's gonna be nerfed. I don't trust them to nerf things right now. Like I don't think they'd put in the dev time for it. That was a fun and engaging match right there. Let's see what else can we do. Yeah, the damage numbers from Ball are stupid. Like it'll hit targets for like 200k. It's absolutely stupid how powerful it is. Okay. That is all my endeavors done. Let's do another crystalline. It's been 30 minutes. Crystalline doesn't usually pop for people, and it's an easy, fast queue to run. Crystalline Catastrophe Advanced. Join the public queue if you want in. Right in the tip. Yeah, there's a lot of great kit modules that have come out in the past couple of years. Here we go. Also, I haven't been running at render scale 1 because I was having some lag issues with it on the stream, but I'll try it again for this CCA. As soon as it goes through, that is. I'm trying to do queues that involve more people than normal and ones that wouldn't normally pop from the random system, just to give y'all a chance to get some marks or run some queues you wouldn't normally be able to do. And because these are fun. Like Binary Circuit's a really fun queue. It's the best way to grind up competitive marks. And most people are like scared of it because it's a competitive TFO. I'll respond to this message here in a sec. Okay. There we go. Another nice bit of mercs there. Immersive field of view. Would you like me to make the field of view better, Chell? I can do like a set region FOV space 15 for you. Is that close enough and immersive enough for the to the ship for you? Bring net graph and FPS on. You don't like getting real up close with your ship there, Chell? Look at all them Valkyrie fighters. Very, very fitting with this ship, right? Got a sticks there. I know what we gotta do, right? We gotta render scale. So I'm at 4K right now. Let's see. Let's see what happens if I go up to like render scale 4. That's what happens. Someone was asking about render scale 8 earlier. It ain't working. So a reminder while I restart the game. that if you're not on the builds Discord already, we have a ton of giveaways going on over there. So definitely hop over and check that out if you have not already. The game doesn't want to go. No. I've got a 3090 also, so I don't know why it's like struggling so bad there. I did not like that. Did not like that at all. Performance graph, get anything for that? No. I got it. Yeah, the game doesn't need a 3090. The only reason I got a 3090 is it was just a matter of timing. Last year, it was a matter of timing and me getting lucky with a with one of the drops. So I ended up getting a 3090 FE Founders Edition at MSRP in February of 2021. And on top of that, I had like just I was doing like a Capital One bank account promo or something. So if I spent 1,500, I got 250 back. So I basically spent like 1,300 bucks on my 3090 in February of 2021. Like it was more, it was a lot more than I wanted to pay for a GPU, but that was a really hard price to be at that time. Yeah. I had a 1080 Ti that I'd gone or that I'd been using for a couple years before that, but I was on my third 1080 Ti. I'd gotten two replacements up to that point from EVGA, and my 1080 Ti's just kept dying. So I was getting tired of it. I got a new one from them, and I ended up selling it. Um, and then used some of the money from that to help in getting the 3090. Oof, Osiris, that's rough. Yeah, the higher the res you go, the worse things can look. Now, when I do like pictures of ships, I'll usually go into the ship tailor and I'll do a really high render scale picture in there. So like I have a picture. Let me see if I can find it here. Give me a second. Defiant. Uh, so I have like a really high quality picture of a Defiant that I took. And Steven, how you doing? Good morning. Um, so I have a really high picture or high quality picture of a Defiant here. You see the resolution on it's like 12K by 6K. But like I'll take a really high quality picture like this in the ship tailor. You know, I'll remove the green screen on it. And then I'll use this for thumbnails. Like I almost always like I'll just use a like just a ship that I've taken a picture of for thumbnails, and I have different backgrounds that I use that I take with a high resolution uh pic. But like this Defiant, like this is a 15K image. Like I can, of course, when you zoom in far enough, you start to see that. But you know, zoomed out, this is a lot of detail on it. So I like to go through and if I'm doing like a video or a ship or something like that, I would like I like to go through and get a high quality picture like that. I've got another one here, but let me find it here. I still have my NAS attached, so whenever I just open up a folder, it like crashes because I have files open from the network share that are too long for Windows to handle. Lovely issue. I've got picture. And sometimes I will just use like in space. I'll just go in and take a picture like that. Like here was a video that I almost put out like a week or two back, and then I didn't get to it. And basically, the reason I was looking at the Cabot is because some other content creators were saying that the trait from it was meta. I think it was Augie. And no disrespect to him, but when it comes to meta stuff, he doesn't always know. But he was going on about the trait being meta, and I decided to pick it up and test it, and the performance from it just wasn't good at all. Like, it was not competing against literally any other trait that you'd want to run on a tort build. So I picked that up with a T6 coupon a couple weeks back and was going to do a review on it, but then just didn't get around to it. So that's a project that I still want to go through and get done, and I'll probably just do a full review of the ship. So I'll probably update that thumbnail. What else? You guys have seen, or some of you saw this because Triz showed this off. This was something I was working on, like as like a banner to maybe put up on some streams and stuff. Like I went through and was just trying to get something that would be a little bit longer that also had the domain name, the Discord link for the builds Discord, and then I ended up going with an Audi in there. The Audi was, at least the source Audi was a higher quality. Doesn't look like it there, but scaled down. Do I think the debris screen console is good? I think the debris screen console is broken, and I can't recommend anyone gets it. I know that the debris screen console is capable of doing like 100 million damage right now. I've seen Game Freaks posting, pictures of him doing 100 million damage with it, but it is broken. The debris screen console appears to be broken. Gotcha. Yeah, thank you, Broken Soul, for pointing that out. That definitely is a good idea. Something to investigate. Let me catch up on chat here. Rapid emitting armaments, yes, that is the way, is to blow yourself up with REA. You need to start having art or Photoshop contest or channels on your Discord. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Or even on the builds Discord. The builds Discord is probably a better way for people that make that artwork to get more visibility and to, get more exposure for their work. Because the builds Discord, I run both, my Discord, but I also have the builds Discord. They're both Discords that I run. And the builds Discord has like 4 times the people in it than my personal one has. So for people that want to show artwork off, that might be better for them to, to go down that route. Chell, need more scimitars on these works? I know. Top 5 Surgical Strikes 3 video. Yeah, that is something that will likely happen at some point. And I do want to get back on track with doing some of those types of videos. It's just that I've had a couple big projects that I've like been just trying to like get out of the way and just keep getting stalled out with some of them. Is what one thing you find your stream lacking is branding. So on this logo here, I forget, I think it was Achilles that made this thing over at the left side, the circle bit here. And then I took that, I trimmed it out of the main picture it was in, and then I added all this crap over to the right. So I was just trying to get something that would, be good if I wanted to put it like on my stream or something. Just note, if you are ever making YouTube thumbnails, that you like here's a tip for you. If you're ever making YouTube thumbnails, the resolution you want to use is 1280 by 720. That's why some of my thumbnails may not always look the best, but with YouTube, if you do 1280 by 720 with the limit that they have on thumbnail size, you can still upload it as a PNG and it should look better on most devices. Rob, that is absolutely terrible. How dare you send me that? So if I'm going to make a thumbnail, find it here. Like, I have a couple of different backgrounds that I'll use for things, and you guys will see some of the same ones, over and over, and it's just because they work. The colors look fine, and they're just the background on it. So here's the one that I often use. On a second. Colony Mines with Splash and REA, yeah. Intel D7 is my frequent flyer, yeah. The Intel D7 is definitely a solid chip. My issue with it is I can't justify picking it up. Not at that cost. So this is a background you guys see me probably use quite a bit on videos, and you can see the resolutions like really high, like it's 10K by almost 6K. So what I'll do, with the thumbnail size on these YouTube videos, what I'll do is I will just go in, I'll like select it, I'll paste it into the thumbnail, and then I could just scale it around and like resize it. So I could just use like a different part of it, or I can use the entire thing, but I can do like a different part of it and you guys don't even know it's like the same picture. And I can get different colors and they'll like work as a background for things. Someone bought yeah, and there is actually like a tier on the YouTube channel for stuff like that. It's just that I sometimes am really slow with getting that done. But yeah, it's just for me it's hard to justify the cost, you know. I don't know, and Osiris, when it comes to like the streaming stuff, like having the different overlays for like stream starting. If you use like stream elements, it's got all that baked in and you can set it up. Like I've got a stream starting one from them that I went through and set up. BRB, ending, things like that. Infinity Sab? No. I know, terrible. Let's do another queue. What can we do here? Edit them to add branding? Yeah. I should add something to them that's like more like more to me, because right now it's just all like builds Discord branding. Like I should probably add something in there for like TBC, my fleet. Maybe get my my profile picture on there, that like black and white picture that I have. Let's do a, let's see here. Let's do a Kittimer. Let's do a Kittimer Advanced. Kittimer Vortex Advanced. Join the public queue if you want in. Okay, there's the pop. Of course, it started back up. Yeah. Yeah, so I think something that I need to do is like definitely like update that, get my face on there. If I want to do any branding for my fleet, I could put that on there. But I'm not too worried about like growing my fleet at this point. In fact, my fleet being as active or inactive as it is beneficial to me in its current state. So yeah. So when it comes to build videos, I do want to know, just get some input from y'all. Like, do you guys really care if the build, like a build video, is done as like just someone hovering over text going over the build, or do you really prefer the PowerPoint presentation? Like, do most people when they do a build video, they just show the build off and they hover over the items, they talk about why it's there. The PowerPoint stuff is like my inquiry build where it goes into a bit more detail, but the issue with the inquiry build is the time it takes on a build video like that. You're happy with the screenshot?
Your defensive capabilities are unable to withstand
Okay.
this. Lower your shields and await assimilation.
Because I gotta, like, I'm trying to figure out how I want to cover some more builds, but I can't do PowerPoints for all of them. It just takes too much time. Does CSV want to go off? Apparently not.
Biological distinctiveness to our low.
Rear shields failing.
Not a 40-minute video. Now, when it comes to like ship reviews, what length of time do you guys want like for ship reviews? I'm wanting some ideas for, because I want to get into more ship reviews. I wanted to do that last month with all the 10th anniversary ships, but just didn't get around to it. Yeah, the misfires are just because the servers for this game are notoriously dog shit. This game has always been running on very bad servers. No more than like 20 minutes? Okay. Oh, that thing's dead. He dead. She's not dead? How'd those REAs not kill her?
These are your weapons. You will escort us to your homeworld, where we will begin assimilating your culture and technology.
Yeah.
The scimitar has been destroyed, but
Thank you to everyone that joined that. It's always fun to do, you know, some, I'll just load an Archer up there. Let me catch up on chat here. Yeah. No, I'm using the D7 Merc Worker flight deck carrier, Rob. Review and give a little cookie cutter build. So I think for reviews, I would want to get more like build guides out and then just refer people to those build guides and say, I followed this build guide, you know, a build based on this build guide, and then just refer them over to that build. Yeah. It's just a matter of the time investment. Like a PowerPoint video, like a build PowerPoint, like how long was in 3? PowerPoint? Yeah, because like this PowerPoint for the inquiry just had like that's not something I can do for every ship. I can't. Like this was a 37 slide PowerPoint. 37 slides. I still can't see that. TikTok build guide. Why aren't I using the Dalkina? So I'm using this Disco D7 Merc Worker flight deck carrier, Rob, because I was trying out 2 bays of Valkyries. And last night in an ISE run that I did, find it here. The 2 bays did a total of 149k. Yeah. Just cover the main points. Yeah, because I also like doing a 40-minute long video, you know, it's not great. And I don't, you know, I'm not looking at everything from from what return am I going to see from it, but I do have to at least think of things like that. Like if I'm committing to something that's going to be, you know, a project that takes me a considerable amount of time, you know, I don't want to do it for $1, you know. Doing a 40-minute video doesn't get that much more revenue wise on YouTube versus like a 15 or 20-minute video. Omega, how you doing, man? Been a long time. Catch up here. But, you know, when I'm working on videos, I want to make sure I'm using my time the most effectively. The theory crafting, yeah, and Christopher, there were definitely like I got some feedback on the theory crafting video. Some people liked it, some people didn't. I'm probably going to continue the approach that I took in that theory crafting episode. I'm probably going to continue that approach. But I know that's not for everyone. Yeah. 1 hour video on Tetrion, the true game energy type. To be honest with you, you want to know a harsh truth about energy types? It doesn't matter what you use. You can do a rainbow setup and still do a million DPS. Literally doesn't matter. The general guidance on sticking to one energy type or using one of the more optimal types is more for new players or for budget oriented players, because like Phaser has a lot of free boosts you can get or cheap consoles you can get. But if you are somebody that heavily invests in certain gear, like if you go out and get a set of Spire Cannon consoles, you can run a rainbow build and have 99% of the performance. You know? Omega, there's not going to be an STO PvP revamp, especially being they just lost Bordigis. Literally, like 2 days ago, the lead systems person is moved over to another project. Like we're not seeing it, man. There's no PvP revamp coming. Let me respond to that. Let me get this. Give me a minute, guys. First today, I saw your message there. Thank you for that. Let me catch up here. Once you find the ratio of time per each, yeah. And that's something else too for me. Like when it comes to content creation, like I'll have some days where I get too nitpicky with like takes on videos, and I've had like a couple days where I'll reshoot like a news video 2 or 3 times, and it's just like if I was breaking that up into parts, it'd be better for me than then just editing them together. That'd be nice, Osiris, if they could port things over, but do I think budget builds players will watch videos? Probably not, no. Patrick, good morning, Spencer. Recommendations for an energy weapon type from Infinity other than Bowl. Are you trying to make money or is this for use? I guess that's the big question. Is this something you're trying to sell or are you trying to get something to use? You and Triz can do collaboration videos. You can do the PowerPoint and he can handle the sound effects. It's terrible. Triz's sound commands are brutal. I know many of you have probably seen Triz's stuff, but he has inspired me to never do sound commands on the stream. I'll tell you that right now. Let's most popular videos about game mechanic theory. First to die, thank you for the $80. And yes, thank you for that. That is going to get me the legendary D7. So expect a video on that in the near future. Thank you for that. Very much appreciated. That is going to be enough for me to go through and pick up the bundle here during the sale. So very much appreciated. Let me get that added here also. Oh, thank you very much for that first to die. I expect to see that legendary D7 here soon. Thank you very much. Um, Rob, terrible. Omega, thank you for the $117 super chat there. Thank you very much, man. For 119.99 euro. That euro? Are euro and American that close right now? Thank you for that, Omega. Very much appreciated, man. Hope you've been having a good time there. It used to be 150. That changed then. Give me a second here. Text. That puts me past the Black Friday goal, so thank you very much, everyone, for that. Omega, first to die. Thank you for the tips there. Best time in 20 years to travel to Europe. Osiris, yeah. The sound levels, Triz definitely does not have them normalized. With Triz, we're trying to get him to get like we've been bugging him to get a desktop, but he says he doesn't have room for it. So I think he's gonna end up just getting a new laptop, the way it sounds. UK going through some things, yeah. I know the British like pound or whatever is close to American there. So I'm gonna turn display capture off and I'm going to go charge this Zen here. So just give me a minute. I don't want to accidentally like put payment info up on the stream, as you can imagine. Let me grab this. It's Captain Bundle, right? So ship bundles. And that is the legendary D7 Intel Battle Cruiser. Community sponsoring content, good stuff. Yeah, it's very much appreciated, guys. Thank you very much for that. Let me go through on the ARC website and get this charged quick. After it makes me sign back in and give the code. I had to set your what country are you? Are you still over in like in Asia, Omega? Yeah. Minute. Good. Just waiting for the ARC website to go through. We're setting up a new ship here in a minute. Give me a sec. Terrible, Rob. Just wants me to verify things quick. Just hold on. I think I got another 20. Okay. Sorry, just give me a sec here. No, in the D7 here. Yes, US Bank. I know a transaction went through. Okay. Legendary D7. Gonna get all the D7s now. Legendary D7 is here. First to die. Thank you for that. And now it's time to go set up the Legendary D7. I know if Alan, if you're still here, you're about to be happy too. I know you're a big fan of the ship. Okay. Seven. There she be. All the D7s here now. Let me clear this stuff off this inventory here. We did some TFOs, so my inventory's a bit flooded with some things. You can't just vendor these spiral waves? Terrible. First to die. Gonna be here for a live setup of this thing, so thank you very much for that. By the way, Spence, that 120 years is exclusively for master keys. Sounds good, Omega. I can do that. Okay, where did that go? I'm not going to be able to do that right this second, though, Omega. Beating his habit, enabler. Triz would be crying watching you open these boxes. I know. Triz would be really sad. That's Triz. Okay, so what do you want me to do here on this? Are we doing... What type of surgical strikes are we doing here? Mass salvage, but for EC? I don't remember this console. I don't remember which ship that comes off of. This one I already have. So it's Disruptor. Let's do Disruptor. And I should go up to space to set this up, otherwise it is going to massively... No, we're doing surgical strikes on it. This is one of the best ships to do surgical strikes on. Do surgical strikes on it. Bed of rep engines, colony deflector. Okay. Oh wait, I don't have disruptor dual beams on this character. We're gonna do a sensor linked phaser setup here because I don't have the full disruptor setup on this character. No. Terrible Omega. I don't have a full set of spiral waves on this character. And I don't have disruptor omnis. What? Okay, I gotta go disruptor? That what I'm seeing? We gotta stick with the disruptor? Do I need to go out and get like a full set of sensor linked Ramsman? How you doing? Yeah. We're doing disruptor. I'm gonna go through and I will buy a full set of these disruptor spiral wave. Or even better. Chell really likes the spiral or the sensor linked, right? I've got some spiral or sensor linked disruptors I saw in a character earlier. Yeah, it's a good ship with the combo. I don't have a full set of them on here. Yeah. I think I'm going to have to stick with phasers for right now just because that's what that character has on it. It's got disruptor stuff for cannons, but for disruptors, it just doesn't have it. Stop being poor and get another set of spirals? I can use cannons. You want me to just use cannons? I can do that. Just go like full. I can do it. Like this allows me to do. Yeah, here we go. Like this would work right here, and then just use just keep everything in a forward arc. It'll slam. Well, let's see how this goes. We get batteries here. That. Even the prolonged one is spicy over time. Yeah. Phaser has a lot of really good stuff going for it. Really does. Okay. Domino. Temporal trajectory shifter. Down here. Let's do DPRM for the survivability. Point defense protocols for the 2-piece, so we get that extra Cat 1 disruptor and phaser damage. The phaser damage will help the immolating phaser lanes a little bit. Yeah, you'll need to have cross-faction flying, so that's not that difficult to get. You just need to get a Klingon character up to level 65. And remember, there is a double XP event going on right now for the next 2 weeks. So definitely go in and take advantage of that. And for the last console here, let's go with ultimate. That extra, crit chance is going to be very beneficial. And what did it do to this bridge officer setup? Okay. So this needs to be an intel, surgical strikes. Yeah. You get a instant level token with this captain bundle. Okay, give me a second here. I gotta buy manuals. Go OSS 3 and I'll do surgical strikes 3. What else do I need here? I need something here that has, let's do beta, distributed targeting 2. I'll have to grab a manual for that, and then chemo 1. And I can run a lot of uncons on this. Actually, this is really good. Just bear with me while I set this up, guys. Let's do another inch here. You updated your setup like 2 weeks ago? Hold on, let me catch up on chat. 5 uncon procs. I should be able to get a few on. So I need to train this with, is that this surgical strikes 3. Need to get distributed targeting 2 there. And on this guy, need to make sure it's set over to Merrick Worker. So I can run arrow sensor bands 3. Do I not have mixed armaments trained? Apparently not. Do I have anything trained on this character? Jeez. So 4 on cons. It'll work. I just need mixed armament synergy. So SROS I1. I'm not talking it through this as much as normal here. My throat's getting a bit dry. Let's see. I need a bridge officer manual here for distributed targeting 2. A search box in this bridge officer manual window would be amazing. Wednesday. Drink water? Yeah, I have been, but it's a combo of me being up for a long time and just talking quite a bit most of my day. Need some milk? Terrible. I know. I've got it. This is going to be interesting. Withering Barrage can go bye-bye. We'll drop that for Vanguard Specialist. else. Don't need sad. Let's see, what do I want to do instead? Could do OPOG. Just make sure calm. Calm would be the winner there. Okay. Both two? Yeah. So I've just got them swapped the other way around. That's fine. It'll work, I would imagine. Okay. What was the trade off the ship again? I don't remember. Oh, this is the feedback pulse one. Yeah, I remember now. Cold-hearted work with surgical strikes. Cold-hearted would work, but you'd have to do Ox to bat. 99 Cheops. If Spencer can say Bangkok's actual full name. What, Bangkok? I don't know. Yeah, I won't. Pairing goodbye is a good call. That could be OPOG. And then what's gonna do? Is there any other haste trade? I don't have well, the juggy trade wouldn't be needed here. Could do she's a predator, but I don't like doing that on the do builds most of the time, to be honest. OPOG is just the easy one. I can't pronounce that 99 Cheops. I'm sorry. Is Ruin going to be good? It depends. So while this is single target, it should still all be able to hit some secondary ones. That is a good call, though. I'm probably not going to be able to keep that up. What is another? I could do REA for that damage, but then I'd risk just blowing myself up. Ruin has Ruin been fine for you guys on the surgical strikes builds? You're pulling for Predator? Now what you really want is damn the torpedoes, right? Damn the torpedoes, the Farragut trait, very OP. Okay, we'll leave Ruin on there because that's also some cooldown reduction if that does even get to 5 stacks. Okay, you want me to pronounce. Okay, let me do this in chat here. What you want me to pronounce is that not going there? Krungthep Mahanakan Aman. I can't. I'm failing. I'm terrible with other languages. Like this Ratin Koskin, Mahit Thera. It's Omega. You're killing me, Omega. How do you even say this? Ayuthaya? Mahidilak? Bop? Not Ferret? Richathani? Urium? What the hell is this? I'm waiting for there to be like something in here that's like terrible. Like trying to get me to say something bad. Udam Ratchin Ewit? Mahasathan? Amon? Piman? Avatan? Sathith? Sakithadia? Wits Sanicum? And Prasit. Yeah, I'm terrible at pronouncing things. I'm absolutely terrible at pronouncing things right there. One of them did sound like Satan. There, yeah. Terrible. The bridge officer layout or loadout or set up sticked with the map transfer, but the tray's a disaster. Yeah, I'm terrible. I'm terrible at pronouncing things. I'm sorry. I did my best, but my best wasn't good enough. No, nothing open. I have an Omni on aft. So the Omni alone will trigger mixed armament synergy. Because that'll fire off first, and that will trigger MAS. You don't have to have like a beam fore and aft for that to work. 99 Sheops, thank you for the 100. It was a worthy effort, so I'll offer a commentary about. Thank you very much, man. Black Friday goal has been far exceeded today on this stream. Thank you everyone for helping towards that. 99 Sheops, Omega, first to die. Thank you very much. Sorry if the pronunciation of some of those names was not perfect, but that's just me being an American. The only language us Americans speak is America. Spontaneous stream giveaway. That is a good call. That is a good call. Let me finish setting up the ship, and I will grab something from the bank for a giveaway. Whip. Oh, I still have CSV on here. Oh, that didn't go through. I speak American only, sorry. No, it's terrible of me to say. So I did 4 years of French in high school, and I legitimately remember none of it. Pretty much, Omega. Got everything on the tray. French is not a language, or French is a language not worth remembering. That's rough. That's a rough one right there. Eric, check out Calm Before the Storm if you have that. It's off one of the Cardassian Sea Store ships. It does a lot of cooldown reduction. It's up half the time. What is the best D7? I think for most use cases, the legendary one is really a very good ship. Based on the stats of it, like the intel and the miracle worker combo is very good. Tie is easy, so thumbs up for even attempting. It was fun to try. I haven't spoken another language in a very long time. Okay, I think, let me double check that was everything on here. I know I've got to put more abilities on. Anti-time didn't go on my tray. You guys know how this is whenever you set up a ship. Just bear with me here. OSS3, that's on the tray. What am I forgetting? Viral Impulse Burst goes there. My trays are a mess. They always are. I'm sorry. I miss Go Down Fighting. speak in tongues, Spencer. Everyone has a price. Fab OnlyFans when? You don't want to see the fat American. We're right it so spat durch Snot und Wind. Es ist der Witter met seinem kind. I don't know. I don't know what's happening anymore. Other than I can't speak any other language because as an American we weren't taught these things in school. Valiant effort. Best to me check the DOFs here. Oh, everything's perfect except that one. I'll just toss like a 23 on for the extra hole capacity that has. Albert, very nice. Okay. I'm going to take this into our gala, and things are going to blow up in front of me. English and bad English? Yeah, that's pretty much how I feel. This is our gala elite.
You have entered an area. Looks like our fight got them to notice us. Let's go over and ask if their thaws might come out of hiding.
I forgot to hit the weapon power mode.
Keep concentrating fire on individual ships. Separate them. Whittle down their numbers.
I mean, it's slamming.
We will not go quietly.
Like, they just die.
Stand down. Surrender to defensive guard.
Surgical strikes is overpowered.
Sensors are picking up small habitations in some of the asteroids, possibly consistent with multiple temporary hideouts. We do what we want, where we want.
They die one at a time, yeah. Well, that's single target. And if I can position right, they just gotta be in front of me.
Picked up a tight beam transmission on a new frequency. We're jamming that spectrum of their comms now, but it was probably a call for assistance.
Gonna save the rest of the buffs for the boss at the end.
I'm taking you with me.
Imagine if Agony was still like around, you know, with something like this. How'd that overfly that so much? There's this one, and then the last one that ran away. Now sensor bands can still work for single target.
That's got it. Excellent work. We'll send over a pacification.
Well, remember, if you're on PC and you want your ship to be bigger, type in /set region
Thank you for your assistance, and welcome to this.
/set region FOV space set it to 15. 55 is the default value, but if you set it to 15, You can make your ship real big. ISE now? Rob, you want... Rob, bring in a tank, bro. Yeah, that does blow everything else up. So you see that enemy right there? Okay, you see how far away from him I am. Now, if I type that in... Like, look at how close it looks now. Because the FOV is at 15. Now, if I go and change that back to 1... Or if I just type in 1, it resets to the default value, which is 55. But you can also set up to like 150, and you can look like you're tripping through space. Also, my frames like massively dropped as soon as I did that. Does it improve immersion? Yeah, very much. Rob, if you come in and tank an ISC, I'll do an ISC. Do I have a video on how to do that? I think I covered it in the video on how to do, like how to take fancy screenshots. I may have mentioned it. Yeah. The issue though is sometimes some of those nice commands end up getting hit by the nerf hammer. Okay, Rob, you want in? Who else wanted to go for this ISC? Megla, are you around, and do you by chance have a haste nanny? A Joro? Oh, daylight savings. It was great seeing I responded to somebody in Discord. Their comment went through at like 1:59, and then I typed a response a couple minutes later, and it said 1:06. I was like, "What the hell?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, it's that day, isn't it?" Yeah, the V7s are great ships. Yeah. I wish that they, that it wouldn't change, but it is what it is. I think I woke up around 4 or 5 p.m. Like right before my streamer, last night. I haven't slept yet. I'll probably be going to bed like whenever I end this stream. I'll probably be going to bed. I think it's like tied up in Congress again. It's like half and half want to do it. I am a night owl, absolutely. I'm gonna put the call out in Prime, looking for 3 more ISC. Omega, how's it going, man? Webs, you want in? Okay, let me get you in here, Webs. Okay, we'll get Webs and John. Let's get you two in here, and then John, let me. Omega, can you sit this one out? Because we got we'll get you on the next one if you don't mind. Like, we'll do another TFO right afterwards. Duran, I don't have your at hand. Okay, Omega, let me get you in here. Omega not found. What actually got going on there, Omega? I literally can't invite you. I'll search for you here. It's because you're not on that character. Oh, oh, there it goes. Okay. Oh, did someone... Okay. Yeah, we'll do more. We're gonna do more afterwards. I'll rotate, get everyone in. So just give a minute here. Probably go through like the board rotation, the standard 3. We'll do like a Kira Elite, Kittimer Elite, things like that. Yeah, some nice elite runs. Okay, everyone good to go? At least you know this thing can't die. I believe in you, Omega. Omega, have you seen the courier pilot raider? It's got a console on it that rams, and apparently if you max out hull capacity stuff, you can like get it to hit for 100 mil. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what all is like messing with it. If you want to like shoot Game Freaks a message on Discord, he could probably give you answers, but it's like scaling up quite hard with hull capacity stuff. Borg, I don't know if you are able to hear me, but let me know if you're ready. Yeah. Probably counting temp HP. Yeah, that's possible. Game Freaks was getting some stupid numbers from it. Is all I know. Okay, I'm taking us in.
The situation is dead.
I think there's a way, but I haven't messed with those in a long time. So I don't have an exact answer there for you, Billy. I would ask on like the builds Discord and the Ask Questions Here channel. That way I can look it up after the stream, or someone that knows can just go in and give you an answer there, because I really don't know for that one.
Your defensive capabilities are unable to withstand us. Lower your shields and await assembly.
The Deadite drones repair the transporters. Stop that.
I'm gonna clean up a little bit over here, otherwise it's gonna be real messy.
Shields have failed.
Gonna be a lot of loose spheres here. That's what happens with single target builds, though, in this type of environment. It's single target, so you can't take out all the side stuff. I don't have the asteroid on. We don't use it in any of the runs because it screws with like graviton. I'm loose over here.
Actual technological and biological distinctiveness.
Yeah, surgical strike slams really good against single targets, but AoE it's a bit rough.
However, our scans of this
ISC is an AoE environment. That's why bringing in like single target builds is quite rough. Yeah, the asteroid can pull away from a graviton. So I never have it on because if I do any coordinated runs where someone's using a graviton to group up the spheres, it will ruin that. And J carrier build, that is like, I mean, that was part of the reason I was testing the disco Merrick worker with Valkyries earlier, is I wanted to get an idea of what pet damage was going to be. Okay, we're gonna do another. So I'm gonna try to rotate people in here. Duran, let's get you in here. You bought the ship, right? So gotta get you in here, man. Okay, let's to die. Let's do like an elite here. And Steven, you said you wanted to join? Yeah. Torp spread 3 and chemo. Yeah. Let me take a look at the numbers from. Yeah. It can be distance. So if someone was further away from another player, then the distance, the STO combat log doesn't detect damage from more than like 15, 20 kilometers away. So that's always an issue there. No, it's a baked-in issue with the game. Um, Steven, you're not currently accepting TFO invites? No, Oscar's not coming out anytime soon. Development on it is stalled. Check your privacy settings. Then make sure you're not in a TFO group. Check your privacy settings. Make sure you're not blocking anything here. SS3 plus Torp, yeah. I don't have you. I do have you ignored. What the hell? I don't know why I had you ignored. Probably tried to invite you to a thing one day and... Oh no. Me just probably hitting the wrong button as usual. Axel, we'll get you in on the next one. Let's do Pure Space Elite. Outed on stream. Yeah. Need more ship slots. Take that torp boat and just go like nuke one of the sides. Just gonna go straight, or I'll go left.
Warning.
It's a bit laggy, I will say. I don't know how much of the lag you guys are feeling, but it's like stuttering and just a bit laggy on my end. Like there was stuff was not wanting to activate there. Where's my DPRM? Oh, I already used it. No. Rip. Rob, you're fired. Oh, we gotta protect the Kang. The Kang, if the Kang takes too much damage, it will fail. I need to grab some colony tac consoles on this character for the do setups. I really need to. Those ones are grouped up. I'm gonna start working on this cube back here, just get it out of the way. There's that one. Okay, the Kang is taking some heat here. Surgical Strikes is fun to use, though. The performance on it is not as good as CSV, but the flying it can be fun. It's sort of like it reminds me of Cannon Rapid Fire with how this setup is. Like when it starts to hit things, they just die. You know? The advanced fleet phasers are not worth it. They're basically, you may as well just get some crafted phasers nowadays. That was a big hit near the end, 576k. Very SS and chill. Twin phasers, yeah. I know. I had you at 185. Oh boy, okay. Webs, if you don't mind sitting out on this next one. Just cycling through people here. Just making sure everyone's included. Oh boy. And Rob, if you don't mind sending this one out then to get just to do we have one person? Oh, Geron, you've got to go? Okay. Sorry, Rob, stay. Keep keep me alive. Well, Geron, thank you again for buying me the legendary D7. It's a fun little ship. I love the D7s. I've been flying the two other versions that I have for quite a while, so the ship's going to be seeing quite a bit of use, and we'll be seeing a review here at some point in the near future. Okay, then we do have room. Webs, I'll get you back in. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna get caught back up on content here this week. There's gonna be we're gonna do there will be another build theory craft for the Ent J, followed by a build. Then I've got a couple ideas that I have them written down. I don't have them like memorized right now, but I've got a few things I want to cover. One of them's the does like your spam bar lowering your DPS. Yeah, the servers are really bad today. Should do gravity kills. Terrible webs, absolutely terrible. Okay, we have room for one more. Did I miss anyone? Steven, you want to join back in on this one? The servers have been bad. I've done 2 Corfezes in the last day, and they were brutally laggy. Oh, you'll have to leave that TFO group that you're currently in, and then I can re-invite you. Only pay for people willing to suffer slight humiliation. Terrible. Hey, Alan. You happy? Alan picked this ship up a week or 2 back. I just got it. First to die, just bought it for me, so I'm flying it around, messing around with it. I'm gonna do one or two more on the stream today. And then I'm gonna call it just for the fact that I have been up for almost a day now. Well, okay, that's a lie. About 18 or 19 hours, somewhere right around there. I'm starting to feel a bit tired. Okay, we all good to go? Kittimer Elite. Rob, can you just like go between the center and just make sure nothing gets through? Yeah, it's a good ship. It's a good ship. I'm trying it with surgical strikes on it right now. but I'll probably do CSV. Some of that money for a My Pillow or something. So basically, pick one of these transformers and just nuke it. CSV is cannon scatter volley. So right now I'm on surgical strikes with cannons, but I think, I mean, well, it's DPS wise, CSV is going to win out. Rob's, we also need to make sure that nothing gets through, like, to the center. If something gets through that center gate, we fail.
We are aboard. Surrender your vessel and prepare for assimilation.
Okay, sounds like I'm going left. Like, the burst damage on this feels good. I'll go left, left. This is not a torp build. I need to actually target the generators. Yeah. That's, yeah, single target stuff can feel a bit sluggish. Rob, just double check that other side, make sure nothing's going through, if you can. Is 4-1 split runs possible? Yeah, but they're really hard. 4-1 splits for ISE are basically, if you're talking about ISE, there's like less than 5 people in the game that are good enough with torpedoes to do a side by themselves. Without Agony, that became much harder because it's not like a pure torp build, it's like, it's a side torp hybrid for the most part. No, your weapon boost will not impact pets at all. So you cannot boost your pets up by running like phaser weapons. They're separate. Unless the console or trait specifically indicates that it boosts hanger pets, it won't boost them. Terrible chill. Look at all these cubes alive over here. It's they're memeing on me for my absolute love of the engineer class in the game. That's all it is, Chell. They know. I mean, while the AoE potential of this is a bit rough, I have to admit, like, the single target, it is just absolutely slamming. Like, when I go up against a boss, it, you know, it's just taking huge hits. Let's take a look at what that was, like, if what the max ones have been here. I had a 570k on the ISE. The Kittimer, I had a max one of 492. So that came from the Terrans. That's not a surprise. Cure. Max one hit was 572. So it's capping out about 572 is the max one from the Terran, of course. Axel. I have you at 125, but if you were on the other side, the number is going to be lower for you. If you were on the other side of the map, or even if you were on, well, anywhere, if you were on the other transformer for me, then it would have missed some of your damage because of the parser, or because of how the combat log system works. So your numbers are here. Yeah, basically Martin. Yeah, Thaleron has a very high damage potential, but like it's a pain to pull off. Like the level of team coordination is rough. How many successful runs? There is a single successful Thaleron run on ISA. But for ISE, there's no Thaleron run up on the table. It's just, when it comes to like that really niche high-end stuff, it's really hard to get a team together for it. It's hard to get a team together for it because you need people with very specialized builds that understand what needs to happen in the run. And it's just, it's difficult. Terrible, Rob. Time zones hurt, yeah. Sleep schedules hurt. Planning someone about a month. Yeah, surgical strikes, it's immersive. The damage, it's not, you know, a single target is never going to be as good as CSV. But it still feels good to just go in and slam a single target, okay? Yeah, thank you everyone for stopping by and joining the runs there. I am going to call it just for the simple fact that I'm a bit tired. You know, I woke up at like 4 or 5 p.m. yesterday, and it is now noon the following day. So my sleep schedule's messed up. I've been going for a while. This was like a random stream too on top of it. This wasn't even like scheduled. This was just I decided to hit the button to go and to stream some dailies. So thank you to everyone that stopped by. Omega 99 Cheops and First to Die. Thank you so much for the donations there. And First to Die, you're going to be seeing this legendary D7 on the channel a bit more here in the future. So thank you very much for that. I don't know which video I'm going to do tomorrow. I haven't figured it out yet. I'll figure it out when I wake up. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that this is easily going to double the existing top stream, so yeah. It was very nice. Consumables that boost DPS? Yes. After I buy all of them off the market, right? Yeah, Rob, I was just doing surgical strikes. That's what I've been using. Surgical strikes. Yeah. Thank you all for stopping by. Thank you to all channel members for the continued support. And thank you again to 99 Cheops, Omega, and First to Die for the huge donations on this stream here today. That's going to be it for me. Next video, probably tomorrow. Said I don't know what the topic will be, but I'll figure something out. Thanks for stopping by. See you guys next time.